You are not alone inside your own body. Living inside your intestines right now are approximately 38 trillion microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and viruses, outnumbering your own human cells. Together, they weigh approximately 1.5 kilograms, as much as your brain. And scientists now call this community your second genome. This community, your gut microbiome, is not just helping you digest food. It is controlling your immune system, manufacturing your neurotransmitters, regulating your mood, and determining your risk of cancer, obesity, diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease. And the most alarming discovery of modern medicine, the microbiome of a sick person and a healthy person are completely different. To understand your microbiome, we first need to understand the extraordinary environment it inhabits. The innermost surface of your colon, the mucosa, is covered by a double layer of mucus that is one of the most important structures in your entire body. The inner mucus layer is bacteria-free, a sterile zone protecting the epithelial cells from direct bacterial contact. The microbiome is not distributed evenly. Different species colonize different regions of the gut based on oxygen levels, pH, and nutrient availability. The colon contains 99% of all gut bacteria, approximately 1,000 different species, with firmicutes and bacteroidetes making up the majority. These bacteria are not passive passengers. They are metabolically active organisms performing thousands of biochemical reactions every second. Your microbiome collectively encodes 150 times more genes than your own human genome, giving you metabolic capabilities your own cells simply do not possess. The gut microbiome and the immune system are inseparable. They evolved together over millions of years and cannot function without each other. 70 to 80% of your entire immune system is located in and around your gut, making it the largest immune organ in your body. From birth, your microbiome teaches your immune system the most critical lesson it will ever learn: the difference between friend and enemy. Regulatory T cells, educated by the microbiome, prevent the immune system from attacking harmless bacteria and your own tissues. Children raised in overly sterile environments with fewer early bacterial exposures have significantly higher rates of allergies, asthma, and autoimmune disease. This is the hygiene hypothesis. Specific bacteria like Bifidobacterium and Lactobacillus actively promote anti-inflammatory responses, while their depletion leaves the immune system in a chronically activated state. Secretory IgA, the dominant antibody in the gut, is produced by billions of plasma cells in the intestinal lining, and its production depends entirely on the microbiome. When antibiotics disrupt the microbiome, this carefully balanced immune education is thrown into chaos, which explains why antibiotic overuse is linked to increased allergy and inflammatory disease. Your gut contains 500 million neurons, more than the entire spinal cord, and they communicate directly with your brain through a dedicated neural highway. 95% of your body's serotonin, the neurotransmitter associated with mood, well-being, and happiness, is produced in your gut, not your brain. Your gut microbiome directly regulates serotonin production. Specific bacterial species produce metabolites that stimulate enterochromaffin cells to make more serotonin. The vagus nerve, a massive cranial nerve running from your brainstem directly to your gut, carries information in both directions. But 80% of the signal travels from gut to brain. The gut microbiome communicates with the brain via the vagus nerve, sending signals that influence mood, anxiety, cognitive function, and even personality. In germ-free animals raised without any microbiome, the brain develops abnormally, showing reduced anxiety, altered stress responses, and permanent changes in behavior. Psychobiotics, specific probiotic bacteria that influence mental health, are now showing promise in clinical trials for anxiety and depression. The gut-brain axis is now considered so important that some researchers call dysbiosis, an imbalanced microbiome, a contributing cause of depression and anxiety. The microbiome's influence on disease extends far beyond the gut, into some of the most feared conditions of modern medicine. Obese individuals have a dramatically different microbiome from lean individuals, with studies showing the microbiome itself can cause weight gain. When scientists transplanted the microbiome from obese mice into lean germ-free mice, the lean mice became obese, even eating the same diet. Certain gut bacteria produce a molecule called TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide, from dietary choline and carnitine, which directly promotes atherosclerosis. The microbiome plays a profound role in colorectal cancer. Certain bacteria like Fusobacterium nucleatum are found in high concentrations in colorectal tumors. The microbiome even influences cancer immunotherapy outcomes. Patients with certain bacterial species respond far better to checkpoint inhibitor drugs. Emerging research now links gut bacteria to Alzheimer's disease, with specific microbiome compositions found consistently in Alzheimer's patients. The extraordinary news about your microbiome: unlike your genes, it can be changed, and it responds faster than any other system in your body. Dietary fiber is the single most powerful tool for microbiome health because it is the primary food source for beneficial gut bacteria. Diversity of plant foods is the key insight. Studies show that people who eat 30 or more different plant species per week have dramatically more diverse microbiomes. Fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and kombucha introduce living bacteria directly into the gut and have been shown to increase microbiome diversity. Prebiotic foods, inulin, FOS, resistant starch, and pectin selectively feed beneficial bacteria and are often more powerful than probiotics. Fecal microbiota transplantation, transferring the entire microbiome from a healthy donor to a patient, is one of the most effective medical treatments ever discovered. Sleep profoundly affects your microbiome. Disrupted sleep alters microbiome composition within just 2 days. And the microbiome in turn affects sleep quality. Your microbiome is not a passenger. It is a partner, one that has co-evolved with humanity for millions of years, and one that you can choose to nurture or neglect starting today.